Shoot.
The person you are trying to reach is currently not available. तो please जिस नंबर पे कॉल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो वो अभी उपलब्ध नहीं है. To send a voice.
Startup Committee of PhD Chamber. He is the founder of Startup Hub Nation, a co-working space in Tri-City. He is also the founder of Satnam Infosys, a software consultant company. He is the curator of Global Shaper. Paramji, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to this great session and one of the first from the Chandigarh chapter of PhD CCI. And I'm delighted to see you all this afternoon. Today, we are going to have a very exciting conversation uh, on how the government schemes benefit startups and what all options do we have as startups when we start a new business. So how does government support us? So we have a good list of people joining us today, and we are delighted to have Mr. Yashpal Garg, sir, who is the IAS and Secretary of Chandigarh Administration. Sir is the Secretary in Chandigarh Administration and holds the departments of Social Welfare, Women and Child Development, Labor and Employment, and Industry as Secretary. Additionally, he is Chairman, Child and Women Development Corporation and SC, and Minorities Financial and Development Corporation. He is also the CEO of Chandigarh Housing Board. I welcome you, sir. Miss Astha Grover. She's going to be with us from Invest India. She's the head of Startup India. Ms. Grover is leading the Startup India initiative under the Government of India, working towards supporting and promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in the nation. The hub's mandate is to serve as a single point of contact for the entire startup ecosystem and enable the exchange of knowledge and access to funding. Additionally, the team works with states, ministries, corporates, incubators, accelerators, and investors to provide support with policy advocacy, open innovation challenges for problem solving workshops, and much more. Prior to joining Invest India, she has worked with HSBC Bank and AT Kearney. Her experience ranges across financial institutions, group working on projects from APAC and EMEA region in the domains of market entry, competitive benchmarking, and innovation. Welcome, Ms. Astha Grover. Now, I'll request Mr. M.S. Vij, who is the chair of Chandigarh chapter of PhD CCI, to please join us and welcome our first guest, Mr. Yashpal Garg, IAS, to give his kind words.
Good evening, please. Shri Yashpal Garg, IAS Secretary, Chandigarh Administration. Mr. Jagdeep Singh, Director Industries, UT Chandigarh. Ms. Astha Grover, Head Startup India, Invest India. Representatives of Startup Punjab. Representatives of incubators, investors leading the startups. A very warm welcome on behalf of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry and my personal behalf at the Startup Summit. It's my proud privilege to share that this initiative is taken by the Regional Committee of Startups by PhD Chamber under the leadership of Mr. Param Kalra, founder of Startup Nation, in collaboration and guidance of Industries Department, UT Chandigarh, Startup Punjab, and Invest India, supported by our corporate partners, Messrs. Paul Merchants. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Shri Yashpal Garg ji for sparing his valuable time to be amongst us. We are constantly getting support from his team of Industries Department under the leadership of Mr. Jagdeep Singh ji, Director Industries, UT Chandigarh. PhD Chamber is working closely with Industries Departments on startup policy, and we are confident that this collaboration will help us to establish an agile startup ecosystem at UT Chandigarh. We are glad that Ms. Astha Grover, Head of Startup Program at Invest India, accepted our invitation to be amongst us and take the workshop on startup schemes, seed funding, to facilitate best of the information to our young entrepreneurs. We look forward to the workshop. PhD Chamber is committed to facilitate the growth of business, MSMEs, and startup through MSMEs Monitoring and Guidance Center. The center runs special facilitation services for student entrepreneurs and startups. In case you may require the hand-holding support to avail the schemes, please feel free to reach us to our center, and we shall extend our support to your endeavors with our best ability. Now I would like to invite Shri Yashpal Garg ji to deliver his theme address. Sir, kindly do the honors. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Good
Am I
afternoon.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Visa.
Thank you, sir.
I must congratulate the PhD chambers and the regional chair, startup committee, Mr. Kalra. Ms. Jigyasa came to me 2-3 days back and informed me about this startup summit. It is really a good gesture and on the part of PSD to arranging this summit. It will definitely help the young entrepreneurs who wants to take the benefit of schemes of the central government. Chandigarh administration initially started this incubation center at PEC, and now presently it is working in the IT park, Rajiv Gandhi Technology IT Park, and 5 IT firms are already working there from that incubation center. By March 31st, we may provide about 100 more working seats there. And regarding this startup policy, as Mr. Viz has mentioned, with the assistance of, with the help of PhD chambers, we are finalizing our own startup policy, and hope it will be approved in maybe next a month or so. We hope that we will provide the special focus to young entrepreneurs, especially to the women entrepreneurs. We all know that in Chandigarh, there is acute shortage of land. So the administration is also of the view that we should promote the IT related industries, because the industrial area, we have 2 industrial areas, but no further land is available to allow more industrial areas on that pattern. The presently the incubation center is being taken care by SPIC, Society for Promotion of IT in Chandigarh, and I request Mr. Viz and the regional chair, Mr. Param Kalra, they can come to me anytime, and whatever assistance I can do, that will be actually that it is the work of the administration, but we will like the PSD comes forward, and whatever we can do in collaboration, we will definitely love to do that. Regarding today's workshop, I hope Ms. Astha Grover, head of Startup India, Invest India, will explain the policies, and the participants will get benefited. I request that similar type of workshop, and even after this COVID related issues are resolved, we may have some physical workshop also, and whatever financial assistance or any other type uh, help is required, the UT administration will definitely provide that. And I will not take much of time, because basically we have gathered here for the workshop. So thank you very much for inviting me, and for allowing me to join with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for being with us here today. And thanks for your kind word. We'll definitely look forward to keep this association on with Chandigarh administration, because even if Chandigarh doesn't have a lot of space for the industrial area, but it has that true potential of becoming a startup hub, because already there's a very solid IT base in Chandigarh, which is pumping these startups, and I think we can definitely take it to heights, and that's what we aim for. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now I invite our guest for the day, Ms. Astha Grover from Startup India. You already know about Astha Grover ji until now, and I think I'll not waste any more time in inviting her. And I'm sure she'll be able to put a lot of light on all these government schemes that are available for startups in any region in India, and specifically now that Chandigarh is looking forward to have its own policy, and it's on the verge of becoming a good startup hub. I hope anytime soon. So, Ms. Grover, please take it forward, and we are excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Param Kalra, for the warm introduction. Thank you for having me here. My greetings to Mr. Yashpal Garg, IAS Secretary, Chandigarh Administration, Mr. Madhusudan Ved, Chair, Chandigarh Chapter, PhD Chambers. I also see Mr. Jagjit Singh here among us. Mr. Yashpal Garg, I'm so happy to know about about the policy for startup and your support to the ecosystem. I'm particularly also more happy to know about the support for women entrepreneurs as a part of this policy. My team also is closely working with Mr. Jagjit Singh to provide their inputs on the policy, and rest assured you have our full support from the center to help you with any inputs, with the implementation, and whatever support that is required from our side. My heartiest congratulations also to the PhD Chambers for organizing this workshop. I'm sure the entrepreneurs incubators who have joined us today will benefit from it. How we will take this forward is in a very, very simple manner. We'll understand कि government ने Startup India क्यों शुरू किया. How is it that entrepreneurs can get associated with Startup India? How आप कैसे apply करें? And what is in it for you to apply? What are the incentives जो आपको मिलेंगे इससे? One, that are defined, and second, beyond that defined in the action plan. We'll also cover about funding and market access, as funding सबका common pain point रहता है. So दो schemes हैं जो चल रही हैं from the central government. And more importantly, in my opinion, funding se bhi zyada startups should focus on being sustainable, should focus on being unit economics positive. If you get your business model right, people will come to you. If you keep chasing investors, you're not going in the right direction. So with that, with the permission of Mr. Kalra and everyone here, I would just share my screen. Let me know once you're able to see it. Mr. Kalra, is it visible to all? Okay.
Sure.
Startup India, as you all know, is the flagship initiative of the government of India. हमारे Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ने इसे 16 Jan 2016 में लॉन्च किया था. In fact, we've recently completed 5 years of Startup India. मिनिस्टर फिर से आए थे, हमारे साथ जुड़े थे एक 5 years एनिवर्सरी सेलिब्रेशन इवेंट में, जहां पे उन्हें स्टार्टअप्स के लिए एक दूरदर्शन शो अनाउंस किया है और 945 करोड़ की एक नई स्कीम अनाउंस करी है, जिसके बारे में वी विल आल्सो स्पीक शॉर्टली. But the prime objective of the initiative was to promote innovation and entrepreneurship in the nation. What it means is why any nation should focus on this key asset class of startups is because one, अगर आप US, Europe, Israel देखें, the net job creators are startups. Some maximum jobs यहीं से आ रहे हैं. We encourage people to become job creators than job seekers. Second is wealth disruptors. अगर बहुत सीधे शब्दों में समझाया जाए तो हम कोई भी बड़ी कंपनी देख ले, TCS, Wipro, Mahindra, to hit their first $1 billion revenue, it took them 30 or 40 years. But with startups, it took them 3 to 5 years on an average to reach their first $1 billion valuation. So this is the pace at which these startups are growing and creating wealth for the economy. And third, of course, tech disruptors. अगर मैं आज देखूं तो 60% of the Fortune 500 companies which existed back in 1960s do not even exist now. The sole reason is they could not innovate, and new technology how we are performing today. Startups are the backbone of this technology disruption. Fortunately for me, I have been associated with Startup India since the time it was launched, and I have seen the ecosystem grow leaps and bounds. We have now, पहले सिर्फ Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore से startups आ रहे थे. Today, 45% of the startups are coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities. If you see, the movement has spread all across the India, covering more than 600 districts out of the 740 that we have. We have about 43,000 startups, creating an average of 12 jobs, or these sort of direct jobs. Indirect is around 3x of this. When we started, there were only 4 states with a dedicated startup policy. Today, we have about 30 states with a dedicated startup policy. And I'm happy to know that we are having one from Chandigarh as well. Okay, so starting about कि हम एक startup को define कैसे करते हैं? Do you qualify to be a startup as per the Government of India defined definition? सबसे पहले, are you an incorporated entity? So या तो आप private limited हो सकते हैं, limited liability partnership हो सकते हैं, registered partnership हो सकते हैं, even one person company is allowed. Sole proprietorship is not allowed क्योंकि CBDT and MCA को उस पे, there is not much of a control in terms of regulation. Also, we advise companies to be either private limited or LLP because tax exemption के point of view से registered partnerships are not qualified. You should not be more than 10 years of age from the date of incorporation. आपका revenue किसी भी साल में 100 करोड़ से कम नहीं होना चाहिए. And as we truly say, 100 crore से कम रहना चाहिए. And as we truly say, a startup is someone that is, innovating or adding to jobs or wealth. So, if you're meeting these criteria, especially, age, which is an objective criteria, and revenue and the entity type, all you have to do is go to the website startupindia.gov.in. एक online form है that will take you not more than 20-25 minutes to fill. आप उस फॉर्म को भरिए, उसमें आपको अपने स्टार्टअप के बारे में आप जितनी ज्यादा डिटेल्स डाल सकते हैं, justify what you are doing, give details about your business model, website links, video links, whatever you can to make your application very strong and for us to see what you are doing and to approve it on a quicker basis. If your application is complete within 24 to 48 hours, you get a recognition certificate from DPIIT. If your application is not found complete, it is marked incomplete with the reasons कि आपको अपनी application में ये चीजें और detail में बतानी पड़ेंगी. Now comes the next question. After getting DPIIT recognition, आपको ऐसा क्या मिल रहा है जिसकी वजह से आपकी growth में help हो सकती है? सबसे पहले अगर मैं बात करूँ procurement की, if you look at it, government tenders में स्टार्टअप्स को देयर इज ऑलवेज अ क्राइटेरिया कि या तो आपके पास इतना एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे आपके पास इतना टर्नओवर होना चाहिए. But we realized this goes against the startups who are just beginning in their journey. So what we did was central government के जो tenders हैं या फिर central public sector undertakings के जो tenders हैं, उनमें DPIT recognized startups के लिए there is exemption on prior experience, prior turnover and the requirement to submit the earnest money deposit. बहुत सारे startups इसका benefit लेते हैं in all central government tenders. सेकेंड, अगर मैं बात करूं, एक स्टार्टअप बाय नेचर इज डूइंग समथिंग इनोवेटिव एंड बहुत ज्यादा उन्हें पेटेंट सपोर्ट की जरूरत होती है. तो द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ पेटेंट इज कि आपको पहले तो 80% रिबेट मिलता है आपके एप्लीकेशन फीस पे. सेकेंड, देर आर मोर देन 500 इम्पैनल्ड पेटेंट फैसिलिटेटर्स जिन्हें गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट पे कर रहा है आपका फॉर्म फिल करवाने के लिए. सो यू कैन जस्ट सी द लिस्ट ऑफ दीज फैसिलिटेटर्स ऑन अ वेबसाइट, take their guidance to fill your form and get in a fast track line. So DPIT startups के लिए अलग route है approval का of fast track, where the exemption is coming as fast as in 81 days or less than an year. There has been a 3x growth in the number of patents that have been granted over the last 3 years thanks to the patent scheme that has been launched. तीसरी अगर मैं बात करूँ is tax exemption. One, वी बिलीव कि एक स्टार्टअप जो भी प्रॉफिट कमा रहा है इनिशियल ईयर्स में अगर वो बिजनेस में वापस लगा देता है, सो दैट विल हेल्प हिम ग्रो. सो देयर इज एन इनकम टैक्स एग्जेम्पशन अंडर सेक्शन 80 IIC, जिसमें अगर आपकी एप्लीकेशन एक IMB बोर्ड होता है, इंटर मिनिस्टीरियल बोर्ड के थ्रू अप्रूव हो जाती है, तो यू गेट दिस इनकम टैक्स एग्जेम्पशन फॉर अ कंसेक्यूटिव 3 years आउट ऑफ अ ब्लॉक ऑफ 10 years फ्रॉम योर डेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन. So usually startups towards the end of their cycle, 7th year, 8th year or 9th year would want to avail this benefit. The second is section 56 benefit, which is applicable for particularly for the investors. So that, they know ki unpe capital, it was called the angel tax exemption, which has been clarified right now. And the fourth point is we believe कि एक startup अपने core job पे focus करे and they should focus on doing the business. So we try and reduce compliance burden. तो आप self certify कर सकते हैं on 6 labor laws and there are 3 environment laws also. There will be no physical labor inspection at your desk अगर आप एक DPIT recognized startup है और आपने self certify किया हुआ है कि I'm complying with all this, unless of course a complaint is raised. Okay, now talking about funding. बहुत लोगों को पता होगा एक 10,000 करोड़ का फंड है जो 2016 में ही अनाउंस हो गया था. To understand the government point of view, we are not the fund managers, right? Our job is to mobilize a domestic pool of capital for investment in startups. So जो ये 10,000 करोड़ का फंड है, इसमें से 4,300 करोड़ अभी तक सिडबी को कमिट हो चुका है. How it works is government gives to SIDBI, which is the Small Industrial Development Bank of India. SIDBI gives it to venture capital funds, which are category 1 and category 2 defined as per SEBI. The VCs invest in startups on a free market operation. So इससे क्या, what has been the impact so far? From the 4,300 crore that has been invested, there is a target corpus of 31,000 crore that has been made available for investment in startups, which means one fund से 7x times more pool available है for this ecosystem. And the beauty of this fund is why it is called fund of funds. One, एक corpus बढ़ गया है. Second, 2x of the government contribution goes in DPIT eligible startups. So eligibility ke basis pe this is also defined. About 380 or I think it has now hit about 400 startups have already received funding from this fund. Let's come to the newly announced seed fund of 945 crores that was announced by the Honorable Prime Minister on the 5th year anniversary of Startup India. Let me just give a context ki why was this fund announced and what is the grant that is available. अगर हम ये चार्ट देखें तो हमें एक फंडिंग लाइफ साइकिल समझ आती है स्टार्टअप्स की. If you see the maximum need for funds is at the early stage, the seed stage that you see here. जो सबसे ज्यादा रिस्की होता है, बिकॉज वी आर स्टार्टिंग अप एंड दिस इज द वैली ऑफ डेथ, जहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा स्टार्टअप्स शुरू होते ही बंद हो जाते हैं. नाउ इन दिस फेज देयर इज नो एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स दैट विल इन्वेस्टिंग, और VC इन्वेस्टमेंट डेफिनेटली आपके अर्ली लेट स्टेज या ग्रोथ स्टेज में आते हैं. So at this stage, there are some government grants which are already available by Science and Technology Ministry, by Biotechnology Ministry. But one, to come up with a sector agnostic grant scheme, जहाँ पे government आपकी इस early stage में help कर रही है with the money, we conceptualized a seed grant scheme. What this scheme does is, DPIT एक पैनल ऑफ इंक्यूबेटर्स सिलेक्ट करेंगे एंड ये इंक्यूबेटर्स स्टार्टअप्स को पैसे देंगे. For the incubators, there will be a grant of up to 5 crores provided in tranches, and there will be a 5% management fees to the incubators, which they can avail for managing this fund. If you are a startup, what does it mean for you? आपको अगर grant चाहिए, the grant amount will be up to rupees 20 lakh, given on a milestone basis to make your proof of concept, to take your idea to the next level. अगर आपको 20 लाख से ज्यादा चाहिए, so then it could be in the form of convertible debt or debt linked investments of up to rupees 50 lakh. This is more from a commercialization or scale up support. Which startups qualify? Agar because it is a fairly early stage scheme, so you have to be, this is only for the startups who are not more than 2 years old from the time of incorporation. Second, it is for helping you develop your POC, which is the proof of concept. Startups should be using some technology in its core product. We are here to support startups. That's why technology is a key to this process. There is some sector focus, but primarily this is a sector agnostic scheme. अगर आपको फंडिंग किसी और स्कीम से ऑलरेडी मिली हुई है, इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी, बट वी सेइंग कि अगर आपको मोर देन 10 लाख है, देन यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल. इफ यू रिसीव लेस देन 10 लाख, आप अगेन यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर दिस स्कीम. इट हैज टू बी एन इंडियन कंपनी where the Indian promoter should be at least 15%. There will be a complete online call for application for this. It will start few months down the line. And एक applicant किसी भी 3 incubator से apply कर सकता है to get this scheme. On a first level, पहले incubators select होंगे, the incubators will have to apply. At the second level, the startups will apply. So this was about the seed fund scheme. Beyond seed fund, I believe कि एक startup को बहुत help चाहिए होती है customer connects करने में या एक customer pool बनाने में. तो अगर हम मार्केट एक्सेस की बात करें, सबसे पहले तो हम ये समझते हैं कि अगर आपको बियॉन्ड सेंटर स्टेट से भी हेल्प मिलती है थ्रू द फॉर्म ऑफ पॉलिसीज, एंड लाइक वी जस्ट डिस्कस्ड, 30 states are there in India today that have a dedicated policy, and we are soon to take this number up to 31 with the inclusion of new policy that we are looking from here. Every policy by state is very defined. तो आपको इनके पता होने चाहिए. You should be linked to this ecosystem as well and connected with the state government. अगर मैं बात करूँ इंटरनेशनल मार्केट एक्सेस की, अगर आप एक ऐसे स्टार्टअप हैं जो बाहर के कस्टमर्स को टारगेट करना चाहते हैं या बाहर एक्सपैंड होना चाहते हैं, in the past, our honorable prime minister and the prime minister of the respected nation have launched these international bridges. एक इंटरनेशनल ब्रिज का ये मतलब है कि it acts as a soft landing platform where I have a partner in all these countries who will help me access that market or navigate that ecosystem. For example, Jetro from Japan is helping us do investor pitching with Indian startups across multiple sectors. With Korea, Kotra is a partner जिन्होंने इंडिया कोरिया स्टार्टअप सेंटर भी सेटअप किया है, जो कोरियन स्टार्टअप्स यहाँ पे इंडियन स्टार्टअप्स के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं. They are looking from a market access point of view, technology transfer point of view, and providing free co-working spaces as well. So इस टाइप से 11 countries के साथ आज की डेट में ये support available है, जहाँ पे we can look at support from these nations to navigate their ecosystem. The third aspect of market access is the corporates. बहुत बारी हम corporates के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं, उन्हें दिखाना चाहते हैं कि this is the product I'm working on. A lot of time corporates come to us saying, I'm looking for the best innovation in AI sector, agri sector, food tech sector. What are the trends? Now the corporates would come forward ki, one, either I'm looking to see the best pool of applications, or second, I would want to provide mentorship or cash grants so that I can work more closely with them. Third, they come up with very specific problem statements which they could pass on to their clients or ahead. So on a regular basis, these kind of programs and competitions and applications and showcase opportunities are available on our website, Startup India, for you to help and get connected with these corporates. अगर आप एक entrepreneur हैं who is just starting up, or you are an established startup not recognized or not recognized with DPIIT, just by creating a profile on Startup India website, we have partnered with a lot of pro bono resource providers who believe that one, they should now give back to the startup community, and second, they are looking forward to provide all these services for free. So Amazon के cloud credits हो गए, या फिर Zoho के customer suites हो गए, या फिर cloud telephony services हो गई, या फिर free legal advice हो गई. इस type की सारी सहायता you can avail through these partners on our website. The last pillar under market access is the government. We understand for a lot of social impact startups, especially, government is the end market user. But government tenders are typically, one, focused on existing products and services, and second, they're not very open to innovations or startups. So first, sensitizing government department to showcase the potential of the Indian startups. We tie up with government departments to showcase them कि ये startups available हैं. Second, we work with them on their problem statements. So for example, Agri department came up to us with the crop burning problem with the paddy farms. What is it that your startups can do? The CRPF department came forward to say ki, soldiers need anti-blood clot solutions or spike shoes. What is it that we can do? The National Security Guard department said that we are looking for drone solutions to curb counter-terrorism. How is it that we can help them? Department of Defense has come up with a dedicated policy for startups, giving them seed funding support and pilot orders. Same for Airport Authority. Champion Airports will use solutions from startups, and they have an annual grant challenge policy to identify and work with them. So इस टाइप से बहुत सारे departments भी ऐसे हैं जो startups के साथ अब काम करना चाहते हैं. With that, I think this brings me to the end of my presentation. We are available, we personally answer all the emails, which the email ID you can see on your screen. We are available through these options. Please feel free to connect us directly or through the PhD team, and we'll be happy to answer any queries that you may have.
Sure. Thank you so much, Astha ji. It was a wonderful presentation, and I think it answered a lot of things, a lot of questions that come to everyone's mind when it comes to startups. Because as you said, funding is one great support for early stage startups, and I think most of them fail at that stage. It's the death valley. So I'm sure there's a lot of support available from the government. But I have a question that has been asked from me a lot of times. It's about how hard or how easy it is to avail these schemes, and whom to reach. Sometimes it gets very fussy for startups because they're busy building their companies and they're at a very early stage. So how hard or how easy is it to avail these? I know it's a very open-ended question, but I get hit by this question a lot.
Like you mentioned, there is no blanket answer to it. If I talk about the patent incentives, fairly a very simple, easy process. Self-certification, very easy, online, transparent process. When it comes to tax exemption, there is one more level of due diligence in terms of the startup application, because we don't want this benefit to be misused by anyone, and that creates a negative impact for the entire pool or genuine startups. तो उस लेवल पे एक और चेक है. But in my opinion, Param ji, मेरे को लगता है कि before applying, people have inhibitions more. So we know कि वो कहाँ stuck हो रहे हैं इस process में, या फिर what is the hindrance that they are facing. It would be easier to clarify then, but I think everything right now is moving towards a digitization, transparent process. There is a single window clearance process that is coming up, including startups. There is, the entire nation is moving towards one tax regime. So all this is being simplified using tech as the backbone. So I feel that, it is easy to avail once you know the right process and once you are applying, filling all the information. Yeah.
Sure, thank you. So there's a question from one of the viewers. He wants to ask, can you brief about women entrepreneur schemes, especially in the field of science and technology?
Sure. So one is that हमारी website पे there is a dedicated page for women entrepreneurs, जिसपे women entrepreneurs की जो भी specific schemes है, be it at a center level or at a state level, all of them are summarized. When it comes to funding, there is a specific scheme called Stand Up India, जो startup के साथ ही launch हुई थी, जिसमें women entrepreneurs को, there is support. There are a lot of schemes under state government departments as well. There is a TREAD scheme again for women entrepreneurs. So all this information is available on the website. Interestingly, we are very close to 8th March, which is International Women's Day. By today or max by tomorrow, आपको हमारी website पे एक form खुलेगा जिसमें हम women entrepreneurs को pitching opportunities देंगे, जो select होंगे इसके through with investors. So if you are a women entrepreneur, please apply and you'll be, we'll connect you with investors for this pitching opportunity.
Great, thank you, thank you. So with this, I have another question in my mind. You mentioned about incubators and how the support will be passed on to incubators first in case of the seed fund that has been announced by the Honorable Prime Minister, and then that seed fund will be transferred to the new startups, on the basis of the judgment of the incubators and how the process is followed by these startups. So do you have any special schemes for inviting new incubators in the pool of the 700 something incubators that we have right now in Startup India?
So I like to clarify, Startup India के खुद के कोई incubators नहीं है. We only have incubators जो existing setup है. We have this repository because we are the nodal. But Startup India, this is the first scheme जो incubators को पैसे दे रहा है. But as a organization, we don't recognize incubators. In the past, there are 3-4 key ministries जिनके under incubators set up हुए हैं. Department of Science and Technology, Biotechnology, Electronics and IT, or MSMEs. Now, line ministries like Agri have also started to set up incubators, and it is very encouraging to see that. If you are looking forward to set up an incubator, we have built in-house expertise to know and guide you and handhold them. So, हम एक incubator handbook हमने बनाई है, जिसमें the basics of how to set up an incubator, the legal form, what kind of team you need, what kind of equipments you need, इस type की सारी information covered है. The eligibility criteria for incubators in the seed fund scheme is, you should be in existence for minimum 2 years if you're government supported, or minimum 3 years if you are a private or a non-government supported incubator. So काफी flexibility दी है in both the cases.
I'm sure this will be all included in the handbook. And this question was from Mr. J.K. Sharma, who's from IIT Roper Technology Business Incubator. He's with us today. And I've got one more very interesting question. Just like, Startup India has definitions for startups. Is there any particular definition for women entrepreneurs based startups?
Not really, because हमारे जितने भी Startup India के incentives हैं, they are sector agnostic or gender agnostic. ठीक है, तो हमें there was no need for us to define women entrepreneurship specifically. Wherever there are incentives which are dispersed specifically to women entrepreneurs, उस cases में definition define होती है. To give you an example, states ने women entrepreneurship को define किया हुआ है because उनकी state policy में women entrepreneurs के लिए कुछ specific incentives हैं, जैसे monthly sustenance allowance हो गया, या tax subsidies या loan subsidies. It is usually defined by the percentage of ownership which a women founder is holding in that business, or if it is supporting co-founder में से एक women हो. Directors usually consider नहीं होते women, but they usually look at the business interest or the co-founder connect of the women entrepreneurship into the business.
Sure, thank you. I have a viewer with us, Ms. Dimple Verma. She wants to ask a question. I'll just unmute her. Yes, Dimple, please go forward.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. So, Askar, I really have a question that, when I asked about this women entrepreneur scheme, so you mentioned that, there are a lot of schemes. So that's my question, with so many options, I need to understand which is the best one, which will work for me. So I have got a lot of insights from your, talk, and otherwise I have visited your website also. But I have always not got a clarity on which particular scheme, because matlab, there are so many options. So I am little confused on that. So how, or we can take it offline. I really need to understand on that.
Yeah. Thank you for that question, Ms. Verma. And I really like your backdrop. And I think you're supported by NASCOM 10,000 cell port. So congratulations on that. It's good to see the support that you're getting from these organizations. There are too many schemes. In my opinion, the best way to see how a scheme works for you or not is to check first its eligibility criteria. Are you meeting it or not? And second, to be very honest, the pool of people who want to avail this is higher than the pool of people who are, who get this on ground or in hand. So instead of figuring out which one will best work for me, I think applying and to the top three as per the filtration criteria that you have in mind, or as per the eligibility criteria that works best. I'll give you an example. I got this query thode time pehle where the startup got funding from two PSUs. One was grant linked, one was equity, but he was getting more money. He took a personal call, and of course, which makes sense. I will take grant money. I'm not diluting the equity in my business. So you'll have to, look at criteria like this. What is the interest subsidy that I'm getting? Is it grant money? Is it, by when I have to repay it? Is it equity linked? How much equity I am diluting? So I think multiple factors to consider here, and I'll be happy to, sort of take this offline as well. And I'll leave my email ID in the chat window for this one.
Great. I hope this answers your question, Ms. Verma. We'll connect you to Ms. Astha Grover after this webinar. So I have another very interesting question, which is a very practical question. I'm not surprised, because when it comes to startups, we sometimes become too practical in understanding the statistics. So someone wants to know, he's Mr. Amit, and he wants to know the present status of Startup India funded companies right now, and especially if you have some use cases from tier 3 cities or even tier 2 cities.
So like I mentioned, the only funding scheme which was there under Startup India is the Fund of Funds. Seed Fund abhi operational nahi hai, and it will start soon. With the Fund of Fund, as I mentioned, there are about 400 plus companies that have been funded. SIDBI is the fund manager here. So I presently don't have the count of how many of these companies are, the sectoral or the location breakup of this. But I can tell you one thing, that, it's personally for me, supporting the ecosystem where it is not there is of utmost priority. We know that the ecosystem from Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore is there already. There is a lot of support, but we literally go to districts. So हमने 2018 में एक Startup India यात्रा की थी, where we literally went to districts and did boot camps and promoted entrepreneurship, and through the support of state government, 1100 incubation offers were given, with about 20 crores of funding also to the startups. So this was done across 200 plus districts from 22 states. So I have the stats for the exercise I did, but for the SIDBI numbers, I will, we'll get more information from SIDBI on this.
Sure. So I have this question. I want to start up my venture in skill development and already registered under MSM. I talked to NIELIT for partnership. So how can you help in expediting my partnership at Zirakpur or Chandigarh?
One is that आप अगर MSME registered हैं भी, you can still become Startup India registered. To expedite or to, the looking at the partnership that you are talking about, From my position, being in a government entity, how we enable partnership is at a program level, where we tie up with that department and showcase them a set of innovations through that have come through a transparent process. If I take, let's say, startup A by by Mr. Verma to any company, I am in a position where I will be questioned कि आप मुझे सिर्फ इसी company में क्यों connect करवा रहे हो and not with any other company. So these individual connections get a little difficult for us to facilitate. So we do it at a program and a structured level so that it's a fair and transparent process for everyone.
Sure. I hope this answers this question. So, any marketing support being offered by? I know the Startup India is helping in procurement and introducing startups to. I know not directly, but indirectly introducing startups to big corporates and firms. But any other marketing support being provided by Startup India to startups within India?
Yeah, I'll cover that in two aspects. One is the marketing support in terms of government access. As you all know, government e-marketplace है जिसपे startups can register and sell to government supported departments. इस पे जितने भी DPIT recognized startups है, there's a dedicated startup runway. In fact, we have seen a growth of 180% in terms of the volumes and sales which startups have made. More than 30,000 orders and business has been facilitated. तो आप अगर GEM पे register नहीं है तो आप GEM पे register हो जाइए. Where you get DPIT recognition है तो it is an easier option for you to get registered. If you face any challenges with GEM registration, we can connect you with their team to help you sort this. That's one. The second on the marketing part is every year we handpick innovations जिसमें 1/3 we choose women entrepreneurs and उन्हें हम global scale पे India Pavilion के तौर पे represent करने के लिए we take to on a part paid international trip to let's say Slush, which is the biggest startup festival in Finland, or to Web Summit in Portugal. तो वो एक partly funded trip is there from Startup India to these countries to showcase the potential and then connect them with the buyers and sellers there and with the and the investors. So these are the two in addition to Paramji, what you mentioned.
Thank you so much. I noticed there have been a lot of bridges being made by Startup India with outside countries, and we definitely would like to know in detail about what are the benefits of those bridges with these countries. Now we are looking at an emerging trend of e-residencies around the world. When we talk about Estonia, or even Hungary has an e-residency program. So, are there any programs listed by Startup India which startups can benefit from? And if you can give us a glimpse about those bridging partnerships.
Yeah. So I'll take that question in two parts. The one, international bridges. Let me actually take an example. जब India Japan startup bridge है, जिसमें one, the biggest investor SoftBank, it came forward to say that I'm looking for the best innovation in AI, ML space, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and दोनों sides से startups ने apply किया, and they got a grant of $50,000. Okay, and just a grant to the startup that was founded best by them. Startup, of course, is doing great right now. The second is now what we are doing is with the help of the Japanese embassy, the embassy of India in Japan, we are organizing pitching sessions for startups. We started with agri, tourism, health, to investors, and not just investors, actually corporates there who would want to see what's happening in India. And we do this pitching with the National Startup Awardee finalists. उनको लेके हम pitching करवाते हैं. So these kind of engagements and activities keep happening. एक bridge से यही होता है कि अगर आपको let's say I want to expand to UK, so I will get connected with my UK counterpart to see that this is the startup that is interested. How is it that we can support them? So वो हमें details देते हैं कि अच्छा आपको ये processes हैं, this is the legalities, this is the visa thing that you will need. So this, and right now we are working very closely with Brazil, Sweden, Denmark, जहाँ पे closed door mentorship sessions हो रहे हैं, where they tell कि if you're looking at these markets, these are the things you need, this is the structure you should form, these are the key point of contacts that will help you grow in your journey. all this information comes handy to the entire recognition database. So if you're registered with us, all this information is passed on through emails. To answer your second question on e-residency, of course, Estonia has done a brilliant job with it. Portugal gives a golden visa to startups who create at least 3 employment there. With India, there is no specific incentive of from a startup point of view, and we actually spoke to a lot of set shop here. The requirement of getting visa or setting shop was fairly simple of getting incorporation. So there was no reason to create a carve out because startups ke liye aisa, the existing process was also fairly robust and moving. And if you look at growing economies like Singapore and Israel, what they say is if you're any company starting up, so they don't differentiate between a startup or any company, blanket approval, blanket processes for any company not more than 5 years old. So I think that is sort of learnings that we also try and move towards.
Sure. Thank you so much. And I have Mr. Sachin Jain with me. He wants to ask a question. I'll just unmute. Sachin, please go forward.
Yes. My question is basically, I mean, as Startup India provide the engagement for the pitchings. So I have registered, I mean, on the website of Startup India, I have registered 6 or 7 months before, but I have never received any mail, any communication, what type of opportunity is there for the pitching or for the ideas. And what are the other the support or the scheme is there? I have not received that type of communication.
My question to you is, आपको कोई भी communication आ रही है या कोई भी नहीं आ रही है? Do you get any?
No,
India?
no communication.
Okay, so then we'll have to re-register your ID. Maybe you can write to me. I will check. I'll get your database added. Your ID added.
And can I get your email ID, please?
हाँ जी, मैं अपना email ID actually chat window में ही छोड़ रही हूँ so that everyone can get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you, Sachin. Okay, so I have another question. We've seen in countries abroad when they roll out their startup policies, they even negotiate with PSUs and corporates on the basis of startups. For example, it's sometimes the basic necessities for a common person have always been roti kapda makan, but for a startup, it's always been internet and electricity, which is very basic for every startup, but even for incubators. I think it adds to a great cost because providing lease lines and data centers and all that stuff, it adds to a lot of expenditure, and incubators are not able to work in a sustainable way from what I personally know. Do you have any policies in pipeline or already in place around negotiating with PSUs and corporates on the behalf of startups in terms of getting better internet services or cheaper internet services or even electricity departments?
Interesting question. Actually, this is the first time this kind of request is coming. Before that, I never thought, it was never brought to our attention that this is a potential challenge or an issue. With the cost of data going down considerably, with the entire inclusion with the entire movement around internet and digitization, I thought this probably is not the issue. But if Farah, you feel there is merit in taking this up, happy to discuss this with MIT, the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and take this issue with them and seek their guidance.
Sure, because I already have a co-working spaces chain of myself, and we interact with all of the co-working spaces in the region, and this data cost is actually a big challenge for us in providing better services to startups. So I'll definitely want to take this forward and
absolutely
understand. Yeah, thank you so much. And now we have Mr. J.K. Sharma, who's from IIT Ropar Technology Business Incubator. I'll just unmute him for him to ask his question. So please go forward.
So good afternoon, Astha ji. It was a very insightful and a wonderful talk of today. And plenty of my students, I am watching that plenty of my startups are online there because from the last 2 days, the reminder was going from my side. So there is one my question. 2 years back, we have a video conference with Professor K. Vijay Raghavan, who is the principal scientific advisor to the Prime Minister, to the Science and Technology Minister. One scheme which is required to be incorporated or required to be brought for to make more natural the startup ecosystem, that is soft loan funding or a small funding to incorporate the company. We at IIT was feeling this problem in a very larger way. And from this year, rather last year, we brought one seed support system recently we launched in the name of Launchpad. Now students have a wonderful idea. They can do wonders in a way, but the problem of the government funded institutions or of the from the ministries is that they cannot give them money or seed grant as and when they don't have a company. So they don't have even a small amount of money to incorporate a company. So we introduced this last year and we got more than 200% rise in the startup ideas and incubated companies. The maximum number of companies we get incubated, if I will tell you, you will laugh, that was during the lockdown period. We started this initiative in July, and till December, we were having 12 incubated companies right now to whom we have funded 18,000 rupees as a startup funding to incorporate a company. We have exclusively empaneled one CA, and there is a limit in that because further to that, if Invest India can take this problem of the people in Punjab, now maximum cost of incorporating a company is being beared in Punjab. पंजाब में कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करना सबसे महंगा है। आज की डेट में 1 लाख रुपए की जो ऑथराइज कैपिटल है उसके ऊपर जो लाइसेंस फी या जो स्टैंप ड्यूटी है वो 10,450 रुपए है। वही कंपनी अगर आपने दिल्ली में इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी हो तो 1/3 पैसा लगता है। वही कंपनी अगर आपने महाराष्ट्र में इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी हो तो ऑलमोस्ट 50% पैसा लगता है। ऑलमोस्ट 50% पैसा लगता है अगर वही कंपनी हमने विद इन द पंजाब जो हमारी कैपिटल है चंडीगढ़ में वहां करनी है। सो हम लोगों ने काफी 1-2 प्लेटफॉर्म्स के ऊपर ये जो इशू है वो पंजाब गवर्नमेंट के साथ उठाया। तो पैसा तो कम नहीं हुआ, लेकिन एक स्कीम मुझे शायद पता चली है जो लेके आई गई है कि अगर जो कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट होती है उसकी जो गवर्नमेंट लाइसेंस फीस है वो स्टूडेंट को या एप्लीकेंट को रीइंबर्स हो जाती है। तो मुझे लगता है वो जो बेनिफिट है या वो जो इनिशिएटिव है कोई बहुत अच्छा नहीं लेके आएगा। अगर पैसे पहले ही होते तो बंदा इनकॉर्पोरेट ही कर लेता, वो रीइंबर्समेंट के लिए गवर्नमेंट के पास क्यों जाएगा। सो देयर आर 2 क्वेरीज। विल इन्वेस्ट इंडिया, जैसे परम जी ने बताया, इनका क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा था। स्टार्टअप्स को बहुत सारा बूम करने की जरूरत है एंड रियल स्टोरी जैसे हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने भी कहा है अगले 5 साल में ये स्टार्टअप ही लिखने वाले हैं। सो देयर शुड बी एन इनिशिएटिव जहां अगर कोई उसकी आप कोई कंडीशंस रख दीजिए कि अगर किसी एप्लीकेंट ने 6 महीने या उससे ज्यादा का समय किसी प्राइवेट या गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर इंक्यूबेटर में लगाया है, गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर इंक्यूबेटर उसको रिकमेंड करता है तो उसको कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करने के लिए एक सीड ग्रांट या सॉफ्ट लोन जो है उसको दिया जाए। उसमें सारे का सारा पैसा अल्टीमेटली फिर गवर्नमेंट के पास वापस आने वाला है। तो जो पूरी गेम है उस फॉर एग्जांपल अगर किसी इन्वेस्ट इंडिया का इनिशिएटिव इन फ्यूचर आता है एंड उसमें 20,000 रुपीज का पैसा अगर किसी एप्लीकेंट को हम देते हैं तो 20,000 में से 16,000 15,000 तो गवर्नमेंट के पास दोबारा वापस जाने वाला है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर के पास, क्योंकि वो स्टेचुरी फीसेज हैं। सो कुल जो गेम है, कुल जो कहानी है वो 3 से 4,000 रुपए की या 5,000 रुपए की रह जाएगी जो कि सीए की फीस है। एंड दूसरी चीज ये कि यही इश्यू आप पंजाब गवर्नमेंट के साथ भी उठाइए कि इन्वेस्ट इंडिया उठाए, स्टार्टअप इंडिया उठाए कि भी आपके यहाँ जो कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन में जो लाइसेंस फी है, जो स्टैंप ड्यूटी है, उसको लोएस्ट किया जाए। क्योंकि अभी भी पंजाब जो है वो अगर गवर्नमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के नेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम देखें तो इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम वो काफी पिछड़ा हुआ है।
Thank you for your question, Mr. Kumar, and I'd like to first laud your efforts for supporting the ecosystem where आप काफी सब startups को बहुत बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, and so happy to know कि COVID में maximum number of startups आपके साथ जुड़े, and happy to know about the spike in the number with your support, with your mentorship. So kudos to you and your team here. I'll take your questions in 2 parts. One is कि हर स्टेट में स्टैम्प ड्यूटी अलग अलग है, एंड आई टेक योर फीडबैक कि यहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा है। व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड हमने माय टीम डिड दिस एक्सरसाइज ऑफ सेटिंग अप अ कंपनी आवरसेल्व्स कि हम एक कंपनी खुद इनकॉर्पोरेट करके देखते हैं क्या चैलेंजेस आते हैं। सो व्हाट वी रियलाइज प्रोसेस उस टाइम पे तो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड था। हमने ये सारे सजेशंस एमसीए को दिए और अंडर द ईओडीबी फ्रेमवर्क जो है काफी सारे सजेशंस इनकॉर्पोरेट हुए, जिसके बाद ही अगर आप देखेंगे नेम चेंजेस, द कॉमन एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, ये सब आया. In terms of the stamp duty part, let me take this up separately also, because this is a state level issue. So basically state level के लिए हम usually we work at the center, state level के लिए we'll have to work with state nodal, but under the state ranking framework, जो state startup ranking framework है, उसमें enabling ease of doing business for startups एक key parameter है. तो उसके तहत I think it will be a lot more helpful for the state to make this simpler, and that is where maybe we can pick this point up. Second, I understand कि the entire explanation that you said कि सिर्फ CA का expense cost ही रह जाएगा and बाकी सब it will come back to the 3,000 to 5,000 cost that you mentioned. That rest all will be go cycle. What we are also doing is we are getting pro bono legal partners to help companies with incorporation. So जैसे अभी लद्दाख में भी ये same problem आ रही थी, and we wanted more startups to get from Ladakh and encourage them to start up. So we got one pro bono partner जो वहाँ पे incorporation free कर रहा है for a specified number of companies. So we can look at more such arrangements for through our network for your ecosystem to support them. The second point, also a third point I had was कि the reason हमारे incentives में incorporation linked होता है at a center level is also probably because to monitor at an individual level there are more compliances, and to get a company registered जितने भी incentives हैं वो incorporation से linked है. So there are a few schemes जैसे biotech ignition grant है, BIRAC and DBT के अंदर जो entrepreneurship specific है. हमारी सीड ग्रांट स्कीम इनकॉर्पोरेशन के बाद आती है, बिकॉज द फर्स्ट 2 years इज व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग एट. बट आई टेक योर फीडबैक कि इनकॉर्पोरेशन करना भी एक चैलेंज है कुछ स्टेट्स में, एंड वी कैन टेक दिस अप एट अ ब्रॉडर लेवल आल्सो.
नहीं, जितना आपने बताया, जितना बड़ा फंड जो है वो गवर्नमेंट ने इनिशिएट किया हुआ है, उसी का अगर हम 1% से 5% जो फंड है इसी में अगर एलोकेट कर दें, उसमें कंडीशन चेक एंड पोजीशन जो है वो लगा दीजिए, चेक एंड बैलेंसेस लगा दीजिए कि अगर किसी भी एप्लीकेंट ने जो वो मिनिमम 6 महीने किसी इंक्यूबेटर में काम किया है, इंक्यूबेटर उसको रिकमेंड करता है कि यस द आइडिया इज गुड, इट इज हैज बीन, ये स्केल अप हो रहा है. एंड अब हमारे पास ही जैसे अभी हम लोग निधि प्रयास के लिए जो हम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, सो उसमें हमारी मजबूरी क्या है कि हमने इंडिविजुअल को पैसा दे नहीं सकते. मेरे पास ऐसे 7 केसेस हैं लास्ट ईयर, एंड आईआईटीज में जैसे कोई बच्चा आता है तो उसको ये पता होता है आईआईटीज के बच्चे का जो आइडिया है वो फेलियर पे बहुत कम जाता है. सो हम बच्चों को देते हैं, आइडिया वैल्यूएट करते हैं, हमारी टीम वैल्यूएट करती है. अब हम कहते हैं बेटा अब आप कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करो. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इन द केस, बच्चा अपने माता पिता के पास जाता है कि पापा मैंने कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी है, एंड आईआईटी वाले बच्चे का जो पेरेंटल जो वो माइंड सेटअप है वो बड़ा क्लियर है. नहीं नहीं नहीं, कोई कंपनी नहीं बनानी, कोई बिजनेस नहीं करना, पहले तेरी पढ़ाई पे बहुत खर्चा हो चुका है, तू आईआईटी में है, बहुत अच्छी प्लेसमेंट ले और हमारा भार हल्का कर. तो वो बेचारा स्टार्टअप पैदा होने से पहले मर रहा है. जबकि मेरे पास ऐसे 5-6 स्टार्टअप आइडियाज का बैंक मेरे पास पड़ा हुआ है. वन ऑफ आवर आइडिया जिन्होंने एक आर्टिफिशियल रेगुलेटरी और वर्चुअल रियलिटी के ऊपर एक हेलमेट बनाया है इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस के लिए, वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस ने उसको, एसआईडीएम ने जो है उसको ओके किया हुआ है, लेकिन उन बच्चों के पास कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करने के लिए पैसा नहीं था. दिस इज 2 year बैक स्टोरी. सो वन ऑफ देम गॉट प्लेसमेंट इन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, वन गॉट इन गूगल. अब वो खुश हैं. सो वो अभी भी उनका जो आइडिया है प्लस उनका जो एक प्रोटोटाइप हमने उनको पैसा दिया था इनिशियली वो पड़ा हुआ है. सो ये इसका एक कुछ कॉर्पस जो है अगर स्टार्टअप उसमें रख ले, उसके चेक एंड बैलेंसेस आप लगाइए कि किसी ना किसी तरीके से कि वो वाकई वो कंपनी उसको जो है वो पैसा वो इनकॉर्पोरेशन के लिए चाहिए, क्योंकि वो इनकॉर्पोरेशन जब होगी तब सीड ग्रांट या सॉफ्ट लोन मिलेगा.
Noted sir, feedback well taken. अगर आप मेरे को इस पे एक email भी भेज दें, I will take it up at the ministry level.
I will definitely go, ma'am. I'm definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharma sir. I think it was a great concern shared by you. I've also faced similar issues around incorporation and the cost in Punjab, because Haryana has a lower cost than Punjab. So, most of people end up registering their firms in Panchkula than Mohali because it's a tri-city and you can easily cross borders.
परम
So
जी, आपके आपके हमारे स्टेट की कैपिटल में 50% है। अगर चंडीगढ़ में आपने कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी है तो 1 लाख की ऑथोराइज कैपिटल के ऊपर जो लाइसेंस वो आपकी लाइसेंस फीस है वो 5,557 रुपया है। तो आप अच्छा, फिर उसमें क्या होगा, फिर गलत काम होगा। आदमी पहले वहां के एड्रेसेस मैनेज करेगा, सब कुछ करेगा, तो क्यों वो करना है। इसीलिए हमने अभी जो, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया आस्था जी को, हमारे पास 200% से ज्यादा हमने अपने यहाँ ही बच्चों को लीज डीड देके अपने उनका अपना एड्रेस यहाँ पर देना शुरू कर दिया। क्या करें, फिर मजबूरी है। अगर बच्चा जो है वो महाराष्ट्र में लॉकडाउन में वो कर नहीं पा रहा है, कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं कर पा रहा, सो वी एक्सटेंडेड ऑल दिस फैसिलिटी। हमने इन बिटवीन 15 लीज डीड जो है वो साइन की, मेरे फैकल्टी इंचार्ज ने और हमने, एंड 15 की 15 कंपनी जो है वो इनकॉर्पोरेट हो चुकी।
great. Yes, I'm sure Sharma ji, Astha ji will definitely take this forward with the ministries as she mentioned. So I hope this problem will get solved anywhere in the future. Thank you so much. We have another question regarding, it's a very specific question regarding the startup. Someone has a hydrogen fuel startup coming up or already formed. So does Startup India has some specific schemes for promoting such startups who are into fuel industries? And in case he wants to connect with any incubators, so any specific schemes around that?
So like I mentioned, the scheme is sector agnostic. So fuel specific within Startup India ऐसे कोई specific benefit नहीं है. But with respect to connect to incubators, definitely the entire network of incubators is there on the website. आपको incubator की capacities, उनका portfolio, will be visible on the website, and you can connect with them. There's an option to connect. Once they accept your connection request, you can take that forward. So incubator part, definitely yes. In terms of the PSUs working, some of them are also just say, I'm not sure if this is applicable or not, but the BPCL, IOCL, ONGC, all of them have their dedicated schemes and policies जिसके through वो funding and mentorship support provide करते हैं. So all this also, I think if this is the right sector for you, you should definitely look at these schemes as well.
Sure. So Sagar Singh is again here with us, and he has another question. Sagar, please go forward.
Hello, ma'am. I basically have a very small question. I was actually in touch with Mr. Gadkari's PA for something which I'm building, which is on a road safety platform. So what we were looking at on NIC data on highway networking, which was a very big task from getting provided from the government as a challenge. We've been tracking them from about 4 to 6 months now, but we're just trying to find a solution now. Because that's one big barrier with investors getting on board. Because since we don't have that, the investors are on a toss saying that if we get that, we can just get on it.
Yeah, Sagar, definitely a good question. In fact, I'm currently putting a proposal together for the Infratech department, including your roads and railways and highways division. So we will put this data sharing part as a part of our suggestions to them. Apart from that, have you checked जितने भी metadatas हैं या जितने भी data है, NIC ने data.gov शुरू किया था जहाँ पे ऐसे data sets available थे. So I'm not sure if this specific data set is available on that website, but you can check that as well. And I will put, I completely understand from where you're coming from. I will put this suggestion in the proposal I'm putting together for them.
Yeah, because the amount of information which I wanted is actually not there on data NIC.
Okay.
So that was one big challenge. So Mr. Vaibhav Dange, he's constantly in touch. I keep reaching out to him for finding the solutions. Okay. But since this COVID situation, it was difficult to get access to them and then figure out things.
Got it. I'll take this up here. We'll check with them.
Thank you, Astaji. Thank you, Sagar. Yeah, I think a lot of people face challenges when things get delayed. If any approval gets delayed. I've been in touch with a lot of startups who recently applied for a couple of licenses, specifically the FSSAI license, and they faced huge challenges because Someone even said this is kind of impossible to get in India because there's a lot of things here and there required, So until unless someone, so that was said to me, unless someone had a link in FSA AI, it didn't get approved for a startup. So even the e-commerce, with the e-commerce trend kicking in, there is a special license for e-commerce portals from FSSAI in case they want to sell food products online. So which is coming up as a huge cost in the end because a lot of people get involved and there's a lot of delay. So is there any such grievances portal provided by Startup India or any such help in case someone finds a problem? Because for every problem, I'm sure today we have you to answer all the questions, but in future if someone gets any problem, so is there any grievances help required?
So two things. One, अगर procurement related grievance है, तो there is a procurement grievance platform जहाँ पे आपको tender related support चाहिए on Startup India website procurement page. For any other support like this, जैसे अगर आप FSSAI license की बात कर रहे हैं, we are the thing is that Invest India में काफी सारी teams हैं जो अलग-अलग divisions and अलग-अलग ministries के साथ connected हैं. So we have right now a single window clearance team looking at reducing these compliances. We have an EODB team looking at resolving issues like this. In fact, budget में भी ये भी आया है that all this, the project monitoring group is looking at reducing redundant compliances and paperwork that is required. तो इस टाइप के आपके जो भी issues हैं, the central ID that you have to remember is, I'll just put it in the chat window. All of us are personally, replying to this ID, and all such issues could be posted here. Wherever it needs to be routed from here, we divide that internally within our team and we'll take it forward.
Great, thank you so much. I'm getting this question that, process of forming a company in Jammu and Kashmir is different. I'm trying to get the details, but do you have anything to throw some light on this aspect?
JNK में तो हमने काफी क्लोजली काम कर रहे हैं JKEDI से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ. वहाँ पे हमने काफी बूट कैंप वर्कशॉप्स करवाई हैं, इनकॉर्पोरेशन वर्कशॉप्स करवाई हैं, एंड वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग द राइट लीगल सपोर्ट फॉर देम टू गेट द सपोर्ट. बट अब वहाँ पे देयर नोडल JKEDI is actively helping companies who want to incorporate. So if you want to get connected, JKEDI is very responsive and active to help you take this forward.
Okay, great. So I have a query from Mr. Jagdal Singh. I'll just unmute him.
Hello. Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Mr. Singh. We can hear you, Mr. Singh.
Yeah, ma'am, I would like to know that how much funds has been released for the startups and all of the startups who are got funded from that fund. Can you share the stats or list or whatever the info you have so that we?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
because
I mentioned,
we have,
sir.
let me complete. We have tried all the incubators on the Startup India. Most of them have just listed. Only few of them have replied, and most of them are not real players. Let me tell you frankly. So, can you share any stats, info, or anything so that we would come to know that who has got benefited and how much funds has been raised for the startups, how the money is flowing and who is getting benefited.
Sir, I think you're mixing two things. अभी तक जो स्कीम ऑपरेशनल है वो फंड ऑफ फंड्स है जो इनक्यूबेटर के थ्रू नहीं जा रही. आई एम टॉकिंग फॉर स्टार्टअप इंडिया. इफ यू आर टॉकिंग फॉर निधि प्रयास सीड स्कीम, डीबीटी स्कीम्स, दे आर गोइंग थ्रू इनक्यूबेटर्स. जो उनका डिपार्टमेंट है, दे विल बी बेटर एबल टू आंसर. बट फॉर द फंड ऑफ फंड स्कीम्स आई हैड एडेड 400 startups have already got funding up to let me just check the amount. 4,000 crore has gone from the government to SIDBI, which has been given to 60 VCs, and 400 plus startups have got investment worth 4,500 crore. Sir, list of startups की भी details आपको SIDBI की website पे मिल जाएगी. List of VCs जिनको ये funding मिली है, ये भी SIDBI की website पे आपको available मिल जाएगी. हमारी जो सीड स्कीम है जो इंक्यूबेटर्स के थ्रू जानी है, दिस इज येट टू बी ऑपरेशनल, सो इट विल बी ऑपरेशनल इन अ फ्यू मंथ्स फ्रॉम नाउ. द एग्जिस्टिंग इंक्यूबेशन स्कीम्स जिनके थ्रू पैसा जा रहा है, I'm sure Jagdeep sir ने भी अभी बात की निधि प्रयास they are running, so you probably can connect with him to get a better idea. On your point and feedback of the incubators listed on the website, sir, it is on a completely free market operation. We let them register and incorporate. They getting them to reply or something is up to them, sir. So वहाँ मेरा इतना control नहीं है. When our seed fund will be functional through incubator, I will give you the stats for that as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Grover. Mr. J.K. Sharma has another question. I'll just unmute him. And we'll wait for Mr. Ashish Singh, who has a question after this.
नहीं परम जी, मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं है, मेरा सिर्फ ये है कि आपके पास एक अभी एक सज्जन आए थे जो हाइड्रोजन के ऊपर कुछ वो कनेक्टिविटी चाहते हैं. So Dr. Mahajan in our mechanical engineering department, he is doing wonderful work on hydrogen fuel. So you can connect this person with me. I will guide him and connect with Dr. Mahajan. Recently, they have made a survey because Government of India, Ministry of Railway is planning to start this Kalka Shimla train through on hydrogen fuel.
Great, wonderful.
So IIT Ropar is working on that, and Dr. Dheeraj Mahajan is working on that. So kindly connect that person to with me.
Great.
I will connect.
Kindly drop your email ID in the chat box because
I will drop, sir. I will drop.
Thank you so much. So we now have Mr. Ashish Singh. I'm unmuting Mr. Ashish.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
एक्चुअली सर मेरा एक इश्यूज था कि हमने एक रेलवे इनोवेशन चैलेंज आया था इन्वेस्ट इंडिया के थ्रू, हमने उस पर अप्लाई किया था एंड मोस्टली इसमें ना 6 मंथ से ज़्यादा टाइम हो गया एंड हमें कोई रिस्पांस नहीं मिला उससे. और मैंने ट्राई भी किया तो उन्होंने बोला कि अभी कुछ आइडिया नहीं है क्या स्टेटस है. तो ये इस चीज़ का मेरे को बहुत एरर लगा कि हमने कहीं पे रजिस्टर किया जिसका हमें रिस्पांस ना मिले कि क्या हुआ है.
The challenge was under the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor. Invest India ने आपको सिर्फ information पहुंचाई होगी. We were not running this challenge per se on ourselves. मैं Office of PSA ही पूछ के बताऊंगी कि where does this challenge exist. अग्नि की जो Office of Principal Scientific Advisor Professor विजय राघवन की एक टीम है called अग्नि ने ये challenge तब support किया था. I will connect you with the Agni team and they will be able to guide you on this better.
Okay, I hope this answers your question, Ashish. So we have Dr. Labh Singh who wants to ask a question. I'm unmuting him. So please go forward and ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, Asta and everybody. I first appreciate the kind of issues taken in this session. My only point is regarding the Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. And any technology being used to, encourage the achievement of those goals, that should be, given some priority while, approving the cases. I mean, it should not be sector agnostic always. I mean, we have a lot of issues which are more serious, like climate change is there, and then pollution is another major factor, causing a lot of increase in the temperature and depletion of ozone layer. So I would request that Invest India must think over this, that they should have some categorization, segmentation of the sectors where the priority should be different. That is my only request. So I mean, if you could kindly do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Labh, for that feedback. To answer your question, at a broader level, when we are recognizing startups and giving the common incentives, तब कोई sector categorization नहीं है. This feedback of social impact sectors of Sustainable Development Goals of UN has been incorporated in the seed fund scheme जो हमारी launch होगी, जहाँ पे इन sectors को preference दी जाएगी in terms of money disbursement. So we take your feedback for the other schemes also that we will come forward with.
Great, thank you so much. So this brings me to another question, and after this we'll have one last question if someone wants to ask. I think Mr. Jitendra Singh wants to ask a question. I'll just unmute him after this question. So I think, as you said, it's not very sector specific when it comes to Startup India schemes, like you just said in the case of the Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations and startups associated in the impact startup category. I think the problems that are faced by tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India in terms of a startup ecosystem, or those resources or funds available to these cities, they are very different from what's available in tier 1, because we've been working closely with a lot of startups. I've worked closely with more than 200 startups till date, and the problems that we see are faced by tier 2 and tier 3 city startups are totally different. It may not be around funding, or it may not be around making the best use of bridges between the countries. They may be very basic, like as Mr. J.K. Sharma mentioned, that something around forming a company or something around finding the right advocates or CAs around their startups. Plus, the ecosystem is not very well developed. So, do we, in future, can we have some specific arrangements or specific schemes by Startup India in terms of tier 2 and tier 3? Because that is the sector that requires the most boost right now, and it definitely has a great pool of talent.
Right. Absolutely agree with that point, Mr. Kalra. Two things. One, in terms of the sector focus, under the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, 9 key missions have been identified. Waste to wealth ho gaya, drones ho gaye, cleanliness and all. ये सारे मिशंस पे की प्रायोरिटी है एंड अ सेपरेट बजट इज देयर जिसके थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इनोवेशन को प्रमोट किया जाएगा. सो सेक्टर पे ऑलरेडी काम हो रहा है linked to the key missions as per the Indian preference. In terms of the tier 2, tier 3 focus, we're also working with Niti Aayog here on their aspirational district program, जहाँ पे हम districts वाले startups को ज़्यादा focus करेंगे. In fact, we're also working with Smart Cities Innovation Lab कि अगर cities की municipalities को direct innovation ecosystem से connect कर दिया जाए कि अगर I am from a Indore में I have a solution of zero waste management or a sustainable waste management solution, can I work directly with the municipality there? So working with different ministries here because हर एक के jurisdiction में अलग-अलग चीजें आती हैं. But if you minister on the 5th year anniversary of Startup India, district as an ecosystem is a separate pillar and space separate focus you will be seeing going forward.
Sure. I'm really hopeful about that. And now we have one last question from Mr. Jatinder Singh. So please go forward and ask a question.
Ma'am, my question is not related to about the money, like how startup got the funding and what are the government schemes. When the startup already 90% startups, as JK sir said, they got dead on the ideation stage only. People do have the idea. I have an experience of like around 10 or 15 years in marketing and other fields. I have been working since 10 years. I have been working as an entrepreneur, trying to start up my own working. There are a lot of reasons. It's not about the money only. Though I am surviving since last 10 years, whatever I'm doing, I'm into the business of events and exhibitions. We have been organizing events and exhibitions, but now I'm starting. When it's about starting a company, you need to go to the CA. When you like CA or CS, when you need to go for anything else, you need to go some mediocre. Can't there be anything something like that directly person? Because I have 3 years back, I got 3 company registered on my all 3 ideas, but I got now issues with this CA, and he has done a lot of technical. I can't explain everything here. Though if you want, I can share you over the email also. Right now, my DSC is
Mr. Singh, आप शायद mute पे चले गए.
Funding thing required. So my thing is like, I don't know, like it's the first time I'm like connecting out here. So maybe you might have done other conferences. So my concern is like how a startup when they are on ideation stage, how he can get a guide from the expert or the field expert who can guide him to nurture their idea and expand it further. That's my question, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Singh, for that question. I appreciate your experience in this field, and it's a genuine pain point of a lot of startups who are just starting up. To identify and to resolve this gap, हमने 2 चीजें की थी. One, a lot of entrepreneurs did not know कि मेरे पास idea है, what do I do next? सो एक फ्री लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट कोर्स रोनी स्क्रूवाला के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपग्रेड के साथ मिलकर हमने बनाया था, जिसमें इफ यू जस्ट हैव एन आइडिया, यू गो थ्रू दैट मॉड्यूल फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. वन, यू गेट अ सर्टिफिकेट इन द एंड. सेकंड, you know how to take your idea to a business plan, and what are the steps involved, how do you get registered, what form of company incorporation you should choose for, what is funding, how do you validate your idea. So that entire journey is covered. Second, in terms of the CAs and the support that you mentioned, मैंने अपनी presentation में भी बात की थी. हमारी website के through pro bono partners हैं जो इस support, जिन्हें हमने validate किया है, जो you know who are giving pro bono offerings and advice to startups. When they, you know, through our website you can connect with them. अगर कोई issues आते हैं हम उन्हें delist कर देते हैं and we don't get associated with them. And we take a periodic survey with these partners कि वो जो सब कर रहे हैं वो ठीक कर रहे हैं, basis the startups that approach them. So these are the 2 steps that we have taken. Apart from that, I think I'd really like to acknowledge the contribution of ecosystem players like Mr. Kalra, like Mr. Jagdeep, like incubators, everyone from the PhD chambers. So इस stage पे, early stage में mentorship you know provide करते हैं जब startups को सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत होती है. So in my opinion, the value of a mentor and an incubator, a good incubator, is more than the value of a fund manager or a VC that comes in later.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Grover. I think that was very nicely answered. And I'm sure we've been able to cover all the questions that have been posted by the audience. And I really love the way you have clarified every question and every problem. I'm sure people will be able to connect with you further after this webinar in case any other problems come up, and in case they have any queries regarding this webinar. So thank you so much. I'm so delighted to have you all here today. I would like to thank everyone, Shri Yashpal Garg ji, who was the chief guest of this webinar, and my sincere regard to Mr. Jagjit Singh ji, Director of Industries Department, Chandigarh, for supporting the initiatives of startup ecosystem. So we are sure that under your leadership and guidance, we will be able to achieve best of the results and lead the startups from UT of Chandigarh to their glory. And special thanks to Ms. Astha Grover for sparing her time to be with us and guiding our entrepreneurs with good information. Ma'am, we're sure that the information you shared by you is going to benefit us all. So thank you so much. And thank you all for participating today and joining us today. And you can you feel free to reach out to us, to PhD MSME Guidance and Mentoring Cell, for further help and facilitation regarding these schemes. You can contact me or Jigyasa ji anytime. Thank you, Chandigarh administration for and our supporting partners, Startup Punjab and Paul Merchants, for making this program a success. Thank you so much. And with this, I'll close the webinar. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.